Yesterday was one of the hardest working days I've ever had here on YouTube. I never expected for something like this to happen, but so far, I think I'm pretty glad that it has because, well, if you're not aware, I uploaded a video called YouTube's Dark Secrets Have Been Revealed, where throughout 23 minutes, I present the proof that Nicholas Diorio, Josh Pescator, Bo Blacks, and I found through nearly 21 hours on October 29th. We did a lot of digging through code, and we did a lot of thinking, a lot of research. We did a lot of work through these documents, and a lot of rooting through a lot of very complicated stuff to figure out things that unfortunately creators here on YouTube have had to believe was the case for a long time anyway, but at least it seems right now that we have the evidence to prove that it is all going down as we kind of thought it was. Now, this all really stems from a tweet that was later deleted by McJuggernuggets, but after we essentially came out of left field and dropped a 14-page report, our data that we had, several videos from us, and an article through the help of Medium, YouTube was extremely quick to act. And today, I think that it's time that we as the YouTube community, not even just creators, but we as the greater YouTube community, demand answers from the platform itself. And I know that YouTube's gonna see this video. I know for a fact they're gonna see this video, because every single one of my videos are manually reviewed for monetization now. So somebody at YouTube sees every single one of my videos within a few hours of them going live. Somebody saw the video within a few hours of it going live last night. YouTube itself saw the video within an hour of it going live last night, because, well, they took everything into account pretty quickly and they jumped right on this one. So I feel like right now a lot of you think that maybe you're not affected by this. You know, you're not a popular creator on this platform, why should you care? And I think that maybe you don't understand the gravity of what this actually means. I think maybe you don't understand how deep this actually goes, because YouTube has essentially indexed almost all channels on the platform, regardless of size. Now, we did find some outliers in data. Of course, you will find outliers all the time, where we did find channels that did not have P-scores. We didn't really know the reason why they didn't have them. We couldn't really come to a full-on conclusion behind this, but we do know that there are plenty of users who aren't massive creators on the platform who have P-scores. We know that there are people with only handfuls of subscribers like yourself who have been assigned these scores, who in the backlog of YouTube have this score assigned to them and are being judged and rated by YouTube. And if you're trying to grow on this platform, and if you're trying to, you know, make your channel bigger, these things can be taken into account by the algorithm, and you can be suppressed regardless of your channel size. Your channel size doesn't really matter here. We have the evidence. The word throttled is in the code, and while YouTube hasn't given us a full-on definition of what that means, I can't personally think of another thing that these things all mean than that YouTube is throttling content. We had plenty of users who aren't massive creators come through on Twitter with their scores. These people varied in size, from thousands of subscribers to just a couple. It really does matter, and it matters way more than you know. And even if you aren't directly affected at the moment, just think, we have this evidence right here that at least suggests that YouTube is limiting the capabilities of your favorite creators on the platform to succeed. Not even just to make money, sometimes to make enough money to survive, but we also have evidence that they've been limiting their potential growth through the algorithm, you know, that the featured video has been throttled for the overlay. The reason is because that it's in a sensitive session. We've seen this in the code, and we're going to be digging through more of what we gathered to see if it goes any deeper. This is extremely important, and we need your help. Now, for those of you unaware, it did not take YouTube very long to act when we came forward with all this information. Within about an hour of everything coming out, YouTube had patched the method that allowed you to access your P-score and all of the other relevant information that you could obtain through the HTML code. And of course, they didn't make any public statements, they didn't comment on the situation, they did not give us any explanation of what was going on, what these things meant, and they refused to even possibly tell us what they planned to do with the P-score and the video rating systems in the future. Now, of course, I do want to stress that just because they took away your access to see these things, that doesn't mean that these P-scores and these ratings are gone. They still exist, and they've just blocked your access to them. They've worked hard to make them secret again. They really don't want you to know about these things, and to me and plenty of others, I think that this silence on the matter, the speed at which they worked to silence all of this evidence that everyone had access to last night, says a million times more than an official statement ever really could. Now YouTube, if this isn't something that the community should be questioning or worrying about, why did you swiftly take action against the method and close up the loophole? Why did you make sure that people couldn't access the P-score? Why did you make sure that people couldn't see the reason that their videos were being shadow demonetized? Why did you make sure people couldn't see the reason that their videos were quote-unquote being feature video throttled? Why did you take all of this code out of the videos? What was that all about? Why are you now so silent on it? I mean, you guys were so quick to act, but you couldn't put a public statement out. I mean, it made the mainstream, you know. Steven Crowder, he made a public statement on our behalf about it. We had that article through Medium. The Quartering just made a video about it, and I'm sure that hopefully after my video and after more of this information continues to circulate around, more creators will speak out about it. So why is it that you couldn't speak out and tell us what's going on? How is it that when one of your darkest, most egregious secrets gets exposed to the community, you have this fixed in an hour, yet simple issues that we as creators have been asking you to fix for years, they're still unchecked. You just throw those to the side. Now, of course, these are things that are going to go unanswered as YouTube. They're trying to keep us in the dark. They're trying to make sure that we don't know what they know. They don't want you to know that they're rating you. They are watching everything that you do, and that they're possibly shadow demonetizing you without telling you, or restricting your ability to show up in the algorithm. But the community, we want answers, and honestly, you guys can really help us out here. So I want to make the evidence right out here in the open. I want you guys to have access to what we had. Down below is a link to some files on Imgur. There are some images that you can use. You can put them in your videos. You can use these to send to the YouTube team so that in case they missed out on what's going on, you know, maybe they can answer what they mean. They'll include our perceived view on the video rankings, P-scores, some of the code that shows throttling several times throughout all of these different videos. I want to stress that the word throttling should not show up in the code if, videos are not being throttled, and some of the top P-scores in our data set. If you're unsure on who you can contact and which hashtags that you should be using, while respectfully, we want to stress, respectfully asking these questions, tweet at Team YouTube with hashtag what's P-score, and I'm sure that they're probably going to reply. They're known for when there's a massive issue plaguing the platform, giving very thoughtful replies to people. Hopefully though, with enough pressure, YouTube will actually have to reply, and they'll have to admit that this stuff did exist. We have the evidence. It's all out there. YouTube, just give us the answers that we want from you. We already showed people that you were throttling things. And if you weren't throttling things, then you need to explain why the word throttling shows up so often in the code, and why it makes so much sense with all of the other things going on in the platform. We already explained to people that there's a video rating system that is your internal working, that is rating them behind the scenes, that they have no access to, no knowledge on. For some reason, YouTube seems really afraid for us to know what's going on behind the curtain. They don't want this information to be public because, for whatever reason, it proves that the creator conspiracies have been correct this whole time. So help us make it more public. Share the documents, share the videos, spread the word. Demand that YouTube answer our questions. Make YouTube a better platform. We're tired of this type of secrecy that has huge impact behind the scenes because, honestly, if YouTube were just more transparent about these kinds of things from the jump, this wouldn't even be that big of a deal. If this video rating system with the whole, PG, teen, mature, all that kind of stuff was just something that people had access to, and we knew what factors played into it, people would not be that upset about it. If people knew that YouTube was objectively ranking their content based on a set, standard, and essentially just assigning it a value, and these were things that were just available in the creator dashboard for us to see and research and to possibly better, I don't see this being that big of a deal. But of course, YouTube had to be secretive about it. So YouTube, just give the answers behind what's going on here. Just tell us what's going on. That's all we're really asking for here. You don't have to hide behind this secrecy any longer. You don't have to patch everything up after an hour and then go silent completely again. Just come forward and admit that it happened. If you make videos here on the platform, I encourage you to speak out. if you don't make videos, I encourage you to speak out. I think if a bunch of people all made videos talking about the subject, shared the information, and really let as many people as possible know about it, it would really get things going. Now, before I sign off for this video, I want to thank you guys for the outpouring of support that this whole thing has really gotten. Honestly, this is probably the most support I've directly gotten from a project ever thus far, and it's been pretty incredible to witness, honestly. It's not my most viewed video by far, however, to see so many creators come together and say that we did a great job on all this work was extremely refreshing, and after so much time and effort put into it all, it feels good just to get everything out into the open. And that's gonna be it for this video, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on my channel, follow me over on Twitter at @SubToOptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. It's a surefire way to get notifications of all my newest content, and thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, just wanting my questions answered, man, and signing out.